Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So before going into today's session, I just want to tell you that if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and support me so that I can create many of these videos to you. And so in yesterday's session, we have talked about what is VLSI, like what is the process, what is the design flow in VLSI and all, right? So now, as you all already know, like what are the advantages in VLSI technology? Why this VLSI technology is this much prominent nowadays? So due to advancement in technology, you can see the VLSI everywhere. Wherever you are using the electronic devices, you can see the VLSI technology there. So these are some of the advantages of VLSI technology, like the size of the circuits are reduced and the higher device reliability, and it requires less power. And coming to the cost effectiveness also, is much more less. Okay, so these are some of the advantages. I hope you already know about these advantages in VLSI technology. And as for yesterday's session, we have discussed about the design flow in the VLSI, like the steps that are taken in order to design a chip, right? So I have created a flowchart for you so that you can remember it more easily. Okay, so as I already told you yesterday, first step is requirements of the requirements of the chip. So as I already told you in previous class also, this we will be calling them as specifications. Okay, so in technical language these are called as specifications. Specification is nothing but the requirement. What are the things that you require for the chip to work on? So this come under specifications. Okay, and then comes the RTL design. RTL design is nothing but the hardware code you're writing for the chip. Okay, this comes under the RTL design. And then comes the simulation. Okay, that means you are simulate the code that you have written, that you are simulating it. And then after simulation it comes to verification. Okay, here, as I already told you, this will be in a loop process. Like in verification, if you find any bug or if anything is not working as not as the person who need it, if it is not working in the way that he requires, then again it goes for for bug removal and all. Again this loop continues, like RTL design, then simulation, and then verification. So after verification, after coming to the verification, that means after your code is entirely bug free, then it comes to the actual manufacturing, physical design. Okay, so this physical design, and then coming to after physical design, it's nothing but the manufacturing of the chip. Okay, manufacturing, packaging, and testing. So yesterday we have all discussed about this VLSI design flow. Now, so as I already told you yesterday also, so this entire process, like from specification to packaging and testing, this entire steps, entire flow is again categorized into two parts. So there it goes, it is front end and back end. Okay, so you need to know in which area you are interested in VLSI. So basically in VLSI, it is categorized into two parts, like front end and back end. Okay, so when coming to front end is nothing but everything from specification to verification. Okay, that means the coding, and then designing the code, and I'm sorry, I mean writing the code and simulating the code and verifying the code. So all this will be going under the front end of the VLSI. That means the front end team of the VLSI are those who will be doing these things. And then coming to physical design and manufacturing, this comes under the back end session. Okay, so that is the difference between front end and back end in VLSA. Generally in your language, that means simply speaking, we can call it as, if you are into coding, that means if you like coding and if you really want to be in coding, then front end is very better for you. But you're into like a hardware session, like if you want to in designing the chip and all, then you should go into the fabricate. That means you are into like hardware process, then it goes for backend. Okay, so again in VLSI basically these two are very, this is very important. That means this is the field where you are going to choose, like either it is front end or back end. So in this channel I'm going to cover everything about front end of VLSI. Okay, so how should, what are the opportunities that are there in the front end, and what are the courses that you need to learn in the front end. So these all the things that I am going to cover in my channel. So in VLSI I am going to tell you all about the front end of VLSI. Okay, so as I see, as I already told you, front end is nothing but designing and testing. That means whatever IC you want to design, for that entire IC you will be writing the code and checking, verifying that code in case of front end. And then after this process of designing and testing is done, then it goes to back end for manufacturing. Okay, so basically this is the thing that is being done. And when coming to the opportunities, so I already told you like what are the things, like what are the opportunities that you are going to get, that when you are a front end engineer and when you are a back end engineer. So basically these are the designations for the persons who are from the front end engineer. Like if you see here, you can be either RTL design engineer or IP design engineer or RTL integration engineer or verification, okay, pre-silicon validation and prototyping engineer, or emulation DFT, formal verification, post-silicon validation engineer. So these are various you could say that these are the various opportunities, or these are the various designations you can get when you are going to be a front end engineer. And then coming to back end, when you are a back end one, like when you are a back end, when you want into hardware and when you want to be a back end engineer, so then also you are having these opportunities. Like you can be either PD engineer, nothing but physical design engineer, or you can be a synthesis or STA, physical verification engineer, layout design engineer, and analog mixed circuit design engineer. Okay, so these are the various opportunities in both front end as well as back end. Okay, so when coming to, as I already told you, in this channel I'm going to tell you about front end. So when coming to front end of the like when you are a front end, when you want to become a front end VLSI engineer, as I already told you, front end is nothing but it completely have coding. Okay, so for that coding, for any coding, I think you already know, because basically when you are in here and when you are into coding, you need to learn some languages in order to enter into that particular field. So in this front end, in order to enter into the front end field, you need to learn certain languages. So among them, these are the two languages and one methodology. So one is Verilog HDL. Okay, it's nothing but Verilog is one of the language you need to learn. And then comes system Verilog, and then comes UVM is not a language basically. So combiningly both using this Verilog and system Verilog knowledge, you will be putting that knowledge into the action. That is basically this UVM is universal verification methodology. So in my channel I am going to cover all these languages. Like I'm going to tell you all the languages on Verilog, system Verilog, as well as universal verification methodology. And then also I'm going to explain you some mini project on like APB. You'll be having that. Okay, APB, HP and all. So this so my main motto in this channel is to cover everything that is related to front end VLSI. So yeah, this is about front end for VLSI. And so as I already told you, my main motto in this channel is in order to spread my knowledge on this front end. And also one more important thing is, many of the students doesn't know, like every nowadays, like as I already told you in the previous session, not every student, but mostly like some we can call it as some 50% of students doesn't know that these type of language, that these are the languages we need to learn in order to enter into this field and all. And also, the second one reason is, firstly, many of them are ignorant on this particular things. And the second reason is, um, cost effective. These courses basically are very costly to learn. So because of these two things, basically most of them, even though you're willing to learn, you don't have a platform in order to enter into it. So which is why I have created this channel. Okay. So this is about front end VLSI and back end of VLSI. Okay, I hope you understood about this. So this is all for today's session. And as I already told you about these three languages, Verilog, HTL, System Verilog, and UVM, right? Sorry, these two languages and this methodology. Okay, we will be talking about all these languages, what are there in this language and all, in the next coming sessions. So this is all for today. And if you like my channel, as I already told you, subscribe to this channel. And also, if you're having any doubts on this particular topic or else anything, please put it down in the comment box. I'll be trying as much as possible in order to clear your doubts. Okay, because since it's an education channel, and basically it's not a thing like it's a daily vlogs and all. So education channel, it's basically you will have doubts, and you should have a source in order to clear those doubts. So that is why, if you are having any doubts, you can just pin me in the comment box. And if uh, possible, I'll be gathering all the doubts, and I'll be clearing those doubts in one session, right? Okay, thank you all.